This isn't just a home for the President of the United States. It's a fortress packed with cutting-edge security measures designed to defend against threats from land, air, and even underground. From state-of-the-art missile systems to hidden bunkers that can withstand nuclear attacks, the White House is built to handle almost anything. But as history has shown, even the most secure places can face unexpected dangers. Over the years, security breaches, attempted attacks, and evolving technology have forced the Secret Service to adapt, adding layers upon layers of protection. Some of these measures are obvious, like the heavily armed guards patrolling the grounds. But others? They're so advanced and deeply hidden that you'd never suspect they exist. So how does the White House stay protected from every imaginable threat? And just how extreme do these security measures get? Let's start with something that most people don't think about: the airspace above Washington, D.C. No-fly zone over Washington, D.C. While most cities have air traffic buzzing around day and night, Washington, D.C. is different. The airspace surrounding the White House is one of the most restricted zones in the world. No commercial aircraft can fly over it, and even military flights are tightly controlled. Every single plane entering the area must follow strict protocols. It's not just about avoiding accidents. It's about preventing potential attacks. A no-fly zone sounds simple enough, but enforcing it is another story. The White House is protected by an extensive air surveillance system that tracks everything moving above and around the area. If an unauthorized aircraft enters the restricted space, it gets one immediate warning. There are no second chances. The plane must immediately change course or risk being intercepted. In the event that a plane continues flying toward the White House, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, also known as NORAD, is instantly alerted. Within seconds, fighter jets scramble to intercept the aircraft. These jets are on standby 24/7, ready to take action at a moment's notice. And if the situation escalates further, that's where the White House's surface-to-air missile defense system comes into play. Surface-to-air missile defense system. The idea of missiles protecting the White House might sound extreme, but it's a necessary measure. Hidden throughout Washington, D.C. are surface-to-air missile launchers capable of shooting down incoming threats. While their exact locations remain classified, it's widely believed that some are positioned on the roof of the White House itself. These aren't ordinary missiles. The system is designed to detect and eliminate airborne threats in seconds. One of the most well-known defense systems is the Avenger missile system, which is rumored to be part of the White House's security arsenal. This high-tech launcher is equipped with Stinger missiles, which are designed to take down fast-moving targets like fighter jets, drones, and even missiles heading toward the White House. While there have been no confirmed missile launches from the White House, the system has been put to the test in real-life situations. In 2005, a small private aircraft accidentally entered restricted airspace near the White House, triggering an immediate security lockdown. Fighter jets were scrambled, and the situation was resolved before any further action was needed. But it was a clear reminder that security measures must always be ready. Airborne threats don't always come in the form of planes. In recent years, drones have become a new concern. That's why the White House has had to develop advanced countermeasures to detect and disable unauthorized drones before they get too close. Drone defense system drones have changed the game when it comes to security threats. Unlike traditional aircraft, they are small, hard to detect, and can be operated remotely. A drone could easily be used to spy, deliver a weapon, or disrupt communications. And that's exactly what happened in 2015, when a drone unexpectedly crash-landed on the White House lawn. This wasn't a planned attack, just a private individual flying a drone for fun. But the incident exposed a major security gap. At the time, infrared and radar systems were designed to detect larger objects like planes and helicopters, not small drones. After this wake-up call, the Secret Service immediately upgraded its drone detection technology. Today, the White House has multiple layers of counter-drone defense systems in place. First, high-tech radar and infrared sensors scan the sky for unusual activity. The moment an unauthorized drone is detected, security teams are notified. If the drone gets too close, the White House can deploy radio frequency jammers, which disrupt the drone's signal and force it to land. In some cases, specialized defensive drones are used to intercept and neutralize incoming threats. The United States military has also developed technology that can disable drones mid-air using high-energy lasers. While it's unclear if this tech is used at the White House, it wouldn't be surprising given the constant evolution of security threats. But security isn't just about the airspace. The ground-level defenses are just as extreme. And that starts with one of the most important physical barriers, the fence surrounding the White House. The impenetrable steel fence. A strong fence might not sound like the most high-tech security feature, but the barrier surrounding the White House is no ordinary fence. Over the years, it has evolved from a simple decorative structure into an imposing steel-reinforced barrier designed to keep intruders out at all costs. The current fence, completed in 2022, stands 11 feet tall and is made of reinforced steel with anti-climb spikes. This is a major upgrade from the previous fence, which was only 7 feet tall and much easier to scale. The new design features wider, stronger bars spaced closely together, making it nearly impossible for anyone to squeeze through or climb over. But that's just the visible part. Hidden sensors are embedded within the fence to detect pressure, movement, and even touch. The moment someone leans on it, climbs it, or attempts to cut through, the system instantly alerts the Secret Service. Security personnel can respond in seconds, often before the intruder even realizes they've been detected. Even with all these reinforcements, intruders have still tried. In 2014, a man successfully scaled the fence and ran across the lawn before being tackled by security. This led to even tighter restrictions, including keeping visitors farther away from the fence itself. But even if someone were to get past it, they'd still have to face another major obstacle: the reinforced vehicle barriers and security checkpoints. Vehicle barriers and security checkpoints. While the fence is designed to stop people, the White House also has extreme defenses against vehicle-based attacks. Vehicles can be used as battering rams or as carriers of explosives, which is why multiple layers of security are in place to block, stop, and destroy unauthorized vehicles before they even get close. The streets surrounding the White House are fitted with high-strength retractable steel barriers, capable of stopping a speeding truck dead in its tracks. These barriers are tested to withstand impacts at speeds over 50 miles per hour, ensuring that no vehicle can break through by force alone. All official entry points to the White House feature extensive vehicle screening checkpoints. Every car that enters the security perimeter must go through multiple layers of inspection, including bomb detection, K-9 units, and X-ray scans. Security officers thoroughly check the trunks, engine compartments, and even the undercarriage for hidden explosives or weapons. In 2014, a driver attempted to crash through one of the security barriers but was stopped almost immediately. The barriers activated in seconds, blocking the vehicle before it could get anywhere near the White House. Even if someone were to get past the barriers, they'd have to face an even greater challenge: the hidden network of infrared motion sensors covering the entire White House lawn. Infrared motion sensors. Even if an intruder managed to scale the steel fence and bypass the vehicle barriers, they still wouldn't make it far. The entire White House lawn is embedded with hidden infrared motion sensors, capable of detecting even the smallest movement or heat signature. These sensors are so advanced that they can distinguish between a human, an animal, and even a flying bird. The system is calibrated to filter out false alarms, ensuring that security teams only respond to real threats. However, there have been cases where squirrels or rabbits triggered the alarms, causing brief security alerts before being identified as harmless. The sensors don't just cover the grass, they extend underground as well. If someone were to dig or attempt to tunnel their way in, the system would immediately detect the disturbance and notify security. This prevents any kind of stealth attack from beneath the surface. Security teams monitor every movement in real time from the White House Situation Room, allowing them to pinpoint exactly where an intrusion is happening. The moment a threat is detected, security agents are immediately dispatched to investigate. But these motion sensors are just one layer of defense. Even if someone were to make it past all of these exterior measures, they still wouldn't be safe. The physical structure of the White House itself is built like a fortress, starting with its bulletproof windows and blast-resistant walls. Bulletproof windows and blast-proof walls. From the outside, the White House may look like a traditional historical building, but beneath the elegant exterior, It's built to withstand extreme attacks. Every single window in the White House is made of high-strength ballistic glass, designed to absorb and deflect bullets, explosives, and other projectiles. In 2012, a gunman fired multiple shots at the White House from a distance of over 2,000 feet. The bullets hit the windows but didn't break through, proving just how strong they are. Unlike regular bulletproof glass, these windows are made of multiple reinforced layers, which allow them to stop even high-powered rifle rounds. But it's not just the windows that are reinforced. The walls of the White House are built to withstand massive explosions. Beneath the classic white facade, the walls are reinforced with a mix of steel, concrete, and blast-resistant materials. In the event of a bomb detonation nearby, the structure is designed to absorb the impact, protecting those inside. Even the doors are heavily fortified. The main entry points, such as the north and south portico doors, are made of reinforced steel disguised as traditional wood paneling. These doors are resistant to gunfire, explosives, and forced entry, making it nearly impossible for an attacker to break through by force alone. Despite all these defenses, security experts continue to improve the structural integrity of the White House, making adjustments as threats evolve. But even with the strongest physical barriers in place, security doesn't just rely on the walls. It extends to tracking every movement inside the building itself. And that's where the pressure-sensitive floor sensors come into play. Pressure-sensitive floor sensors. Even if someone were to somehow bypass the bulletproof windows and blast-resistant walls, they would still have to deal with one of the most sophisticated security measures inside the White House: pressure-sensitive floor sensors. These hidden sensors are embedded beneath the floors throughout the White House, including in hallways, offices, and even private areas. Their purpose is simple but effective: to track every single footstep. Unlike traditional security cameras, which can be evaded or disabled, these sensors are nearly impossible to detect and are constantly monitoring movement in real time. The technology works by measuring even the slightest changes in pressure. Security teams instantly know when and where someone is walking, and they can distinguish between authorized personnel and an intruder. The system is so advanced that it can even track multiple people at once, ensuring that no one can move unnoticed. This is especially critical in high-security areas like the Oval Office and the White House Situation Room, where unauthorized access is completely forbidden. If someone enters a restricted area without clearance, alarms are triggered immediately, and Secret Service agents are deployed within seconds. But these sensors aren't just used for security, they also serve as a protective measure for the president. If something were to happen, such as an unexpected medical emergency, security teams would instantly know the president's exact location, allowing them to respond without delay. Even with such advanced internal tracking, threats to the president don't always come from outside intruders. One of the most basic yet persistent dangers is poisoning, whether through food, drink, or other substances. Food testers and poison detection. While high-tech defenses can stop bullets, explosives, and physical intrusions, there's another kind of attack that's been used for centuries: poisoning. That's why every meal served to the president undergoes extreme scrutiny before it reaches the table. The White House kitchen is staffed by highly trained, carefully vetted chefs, but even they don't have the final say over the president's meals. Every single ingredient that enters the White House is thoroughly inspected and tested before it is used. The food then undergoes an additional layer of screening by security experts trained in chemical and biological detection. But the most extreme precaution? The food tester. Before the president eats, a designated taster samples the food first. If anything is amiss, whether a foreign substance, a strange reaction, or contamination, the meal is immediately discarded. This may seem old-fashioned, but poisoning attempts have occurred throughout history, and modern intelligence agencies still consider it a viable assassination method. One of the most well-documented instances of this precaution was in 2013, when Barack Obama refused to eat at a White House event because his food tester wasn't present. This decision wasn't made lightly. It highlights just how seriously these threats are taken. But poisoning isn't the only invisible threat the White House defends against. While food testing ensures nothing harmful enters the president's body, another system is in place to protect against threats in the air itself: a high-tech air filtration system designed to neutralize biological and chemical attacks. Advanced Air Filtration System. The White House may seem like an ordinary government building, but unlike most structures, its air isn't just filtered, it's secured. Hidden within the walls is a military-grade air filtration system capable of blocking airborne toxins, chemical agents, and even radioactive particles. In the event of a biological or chemical attack, the system automatically detects harmful substances and seals off ventilation zones to prevent them from spreading. This means that if an enemy were to release a dangerous gas or airborne virus, it would be contained and neutralized before reaching the president or staff. Every room in the White House is constantly monitored for air quality, ensuring that even the slightest sign of contamination is addressed immediately. Special pressurized chambers exist to isolate any potential exposure, allowing security teams to investigate and contain the situation without risk. This level of air security is particularly critical in times of crisis. The White House must remain operational no matter what, even in the face of nuclear, biological, or chemical warfare. The filtration system is one of the reasons why the president is safest inside the White House during an attack, not just because of the walls and security, but because the very air inside is protected. However, if a situation becomes too extreme, the president has another option: a hidden underground bunker, designed as the final line of defense against catastrophic threats. The secret underground bunker. Deep beneath the White House lies one of the most classified security features in the world: a heavily fortified underground bunker designed to protect the president and key officials in case of an extreme emergency. The existence of this bunker is no secret, but very little is known about its exact layout and capabilities. What is known, however, is that it has been in use since at least the Cold War era, when fears of nuclear attacks were at their peak. The bunker is rumored to be located beneath the East Wing, connected by a secure underground tunnel system. It is believed to be capable of withstanding nuclear blasts, biochemical attacks, and direct missile strikes. The facility is reportedly equipped with its own air filtration system, food storage, and communication networks, allowing the government to continue operations even in the worst-case scenario. The bunker was publicly confirmed in 2001, when Vice President Dick Cheney was rushed there during the September 11th attacks. Since then, security experts believe it has been significantly upgraded, possibly including expanded underground tunnels leading to other government buildings. It's unclear exactly how deep the bunker goes, but experts speculate that it is at least several stories underground, designed to accommodate high-level government officials for extended periods. If a direct attack on the White House were ever to occur, this bunker would serve as the president's safest refuge. But above ground, security measures remain just as extreme. While high-tech systems and reinforced structures protect the White House, there's still one crucial element of defense that cannot be replaced: the highly trained elite agents of the United States Secret Service. The Secret Service, the president's last line of defense. While technology plays a massive role in White House security, no system is more important than the Secret Service. These elite agents are the first and last line of defense for the president, trained to respond to any threat with speed, precision, and deadly force if necessary. Founded in 1865, the United States Secret Service originally focused on counterfeiting investigations, but soon became responsible for presidential protection after multiple assassination attempts. Today, their sole mission is to protect the president, their family, and high-ranking officials at all costs. Unlike typical law enforcement officers, Secret Service agents undergo intensive, specialized training in tactical combat, evasive driving, and threat neutralization. Their training includes hand-to-hand combat, firearms mastery, and split-second decision-making in high-risk situations. These agents are always armed, patrolling both inside and outside the White House. The most impressive aspect of the Secret Service is their rapid response time. If a threat emerges, agents can neutralize it in seconds, whether it's an intruder, an active shooter, or an airborne threat. Even within the White House, the president is never more than a few feet away from at least one armed agent. To further ensure safety, some agents blend into the crowd, dressed as staff members, journalists, or even tourists. But they are always watching, always ready. And while Secret Service agents handle most direct threats, the White House also relies on a highly skilled rooftop security team to monitor from above. Rooftop snipers. Watching from above. While Secret Service agents protect the president on the ground, another elite group keeps constant watch from above. Perched on the White House roof, trained snipers scan the area, prepared to eliminate threats before they even get close. These snipers are not just any marksmen. They are some of the most skilled sharpshooters in the world, trained to hit a moving target from over 1,000 yards away. Each sniper must pass monthly accuracy tests, proving they can take down a threat with a single shot. If they fail, they are immediately removed from duty until they can requalify. Armed with high-powered rifles and advanced optics, these snipers can track multiple potential threats at once. Whether it's a suspicious person approaching the fence or a drone flying too close, they are ready to take action. One of the most remarkable things about the White House's rooftop snipers is that they are visible to the public. On certain days, if you look up, you might see figures dressed in black standing motionless, scanning the crowds. This is intentional. Their presence is meant to deter would-be attackers before they even attempt anything. But while the rooftop snipers provide an aerial security advantage, the White House also has ground-level security that's faster, more aggressive, and capable of taking down intruders in seconds: the highly trained guard dogs. Guard dogs, four-legged officers. When most people think of White House security, they imagine armed agents and high-tech defenses. But one of the most effective tools in stopping intruders is something much simpler: dogs. The White House employs highly trained Belgian Malinois, a breed known for its speed, strength, and intelligence. These dogs are not just pets, they are elite security officers, trained to detect explosives, chase down intruders, and neutralize threats on command. One of the most famous examples of these dogs in action happened in 2014, when an intruder jumped the White House fence and ran across the lawn. Before he could get far, two Belgian Malinois named Hurricane and Jordan were deployed. The dogs chased him down at full speed, tackled him, and held him in place until Secret Service agents arrived. The intruder struggled and even hit the dogs, but they refused to let go. These dogs are so highly regarded that attacking one is considered assaulting a federal officer, a serious crime with heavy penalties. Each dog undergoes 20 weeks of intense training before joining the security team, working closely with their handlers to ensure flawless coordination in a crisis. But while the dogs handle ground threats, White House security also extends to one of the most important aspects of presidential safety: the official motorcade, nicknamed the Beast. The presidential motorcade, a fortress on wheels. Even with all the security inside the White House, there are times when the president must leave the building. That's where the presidential motorcade comes in, an armored convoy of vehicles designed to keep the president safe in any situation. At the heart of this convoy is the presidential limousine, commonly known as the Beast. This heavily armored vehicle looks like an ordinary limousine, but it's actually a mobile fortress, designed to withstand bullets, explosions, and chemical attacks. The exterior of the Beast is made of 8-inch thick bulletproof glass and armor-plated doors that weigh as much as a commercial jet's cabin door. The tires are reinforced with Kevlar, allowing the car to keep driving even if they are punctured. If necessary, the vehicle can completely seal itself off from outside air, protecting passengers from chemical or biological threats. Inside, the Beast is equipped with state-of-the-art communication systems, allowing the president to stay connected to military and intelligence agencies at all times. It also contains medical supplies, including bags of the president's own blood type for emergency transfusions. But the Beast is never alone. It is part of a larger convoy that includes decoy vehicles, heavily armed SUVs, and a mobile communication center. When the motorcade is moving, it is always surrounded by Secret Service agents. And in the event of an attack, it is designed to escape at high speeds, while the security team neutralizes any threats. Even with all this security, there are still extreme situations where an emergency evacuation might be necessary. And that's where the White House's nuclear escape plan comes into play. The nuclear escape plan. Even with all the security at the White House, there is one type of threat that no amount of walls, guards, or technology can fully prevent: a nuclear attack. In the event of an imminent strike, the president must be evacuated immediately to ensure the continuity of government. The White House has a classified nuclear escape plan that allows the president to be moved to a secure location within minutes. This plan involves multiple options, including Air Force One, the underground bunker, and even a fleet of helicopters on standby at all times. One of the fastest evacuation methods is Marine One, the official presidential helicopter, which is always prepared for an emergency takeoff from the White House lawn. If a nuclear threat is detected, the president is whisked away within seconds to a more secure location. But where exactly does the president go? There are several rumored locations, but one of the most well-known is Mount Weather, a highly classified underground facility built to withstand nuclear war. If there isn't enough time for an air evacuation, the president is rushed underground into the White House's classified bunker, which is designed to withstand direct nuclear blasts. While these protocols have never been used in a real nuclear attack, they are regularly tested to ensure that, in a worst-case scenario, the president can be safely evacuated before disaster strikes. But not all threats are modern or technological. Some are far more mysterious, including one of the White House's most unusual security concerns: ghosts. The ghosts of the White House. It might sound like fiction, but the White House is widely believed to be haunted, with multiple presidents, first ladies, and staff members reporting strange occurrences over the years. The most famous ghost? Abraham Lincoln. Several presidents have claimed to have seen or felt Lincoln's presence, especially in the Lincoln bedroom, where his ghost is said to appear. Even Winston Churchill, while staying at the White House, reported encountering Lincoln's ghost while stepping out of a bath. The experience shocked him so much that he refused to sleep in the room again. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt also reported sensing Lincoln's presence, stating that she often felt him watching her as she worked late at night. Staff members have claimed to hear footsteps in empty hallways and witness objects moving on their own. While some dismiss these stories as superstitions, others believe Lincoln's ghost remains to watch over the White House, ensuring that those who walk its halls uphold the values of leadership and honesty. Even Ronald Reagan's dog, Rex, refused to enter the Lincoln bedroom, often barking at an unseen presence standing at the door. Of course, whether these stories are true or not, they add to the mystique of the White House, proving that not all security concerns are physical. But while ghosts may or may not exist, one very real final security measure ensures that intruders never make it far: the highly trained emergency response teams. Emergency response teams. When a security threat emerges at the White House, speed is everything. That's why elite emergency response teams are stationed around the clock, ready to eliminate any threat in seconds. These teams are made up of the best-trained tactical officers in the country, specializing in hostage rescue, counterterrorism, and rapid threat neutralization. Their job is simple: stop an intruder before they can get anywhere near the president. The Secret Service's counter-assault team, known as CAT, is one of the most critical groups in this defense system. These agents wear all-black tactical gear and carry advanced assault rifles, stationed in discreet locations throughout the White House. If an intruder is detected, they move in immediately, overwhelming the threat before it escalates. Another key unit is the Emergency Response Team, ERT, which operates like a SWAT team for the White House. These agents are trained to clear buildings, handle explosives, and secure high-risk areas within seconds. During security breaches in the past, these teams have successfully intercepted intruders, often before they even make it inside. Their speed and precision make it nearly impossible for anyone to get past White House defenses. But beyond human response teams, the White House also has a hidden defense system embedded in its very structure. An advanced pressure-sensitive security fence designed to react instantly to unwanted visitors. The pressure-sensitive security fence. While the steel-reinforced White House fence is already nearly impossible to climb, it has another hidden layer of security: a pressure-sensitive detection system that can tell exactly when, where, and how someone is trying to breach the perimeter. This high-tech system is embedded in the steel bars and detects even the slightest attempt at tampering. If someone leans on it, touches it, or tries to cut through, the fence immediately alerts security teams, allowing them to respond within seconds. Unlike traditional security systems, which rely on surveillance cameras and alarms, this fence is built to react instantly. The moment a breach is attempted, rapid response agents are already on the move, often arriving before the intruder has even climbed halfway. The pressure-sensitive technology is also capable of tracking movements around the perimeter, allowing security teams to monitor activity in real time. This system is especially important at night when visibility is lower. ensuring that even covert attempts to enter the White House grounds are immediately shut down. With this cutting-edge defense, security teams don't have to wait for an intruder to make it over the fence. They can stop them before they even get the chance. And if all these security measures somehow weren't enough, the White House has one last ultimate failsafe, a total security lockdown protocol that can seal the building in seconds. The ultimate security lockdown. As a final line of defense, the White House has the ability to completely seal itself off from the outside world in the event of a major attack or security breach. This protocol, known as a full security lockdown, is designed to protect the president and staff in an emergency. The moment a serious threat is detected, whether it's a terrorist attack, airspace breach, or unknown intrusion, the White House enters lockdown mode. Every door, window, and entry point is sealed, making it impossible for anyone to enter or leave until the situation is neutralized. Reinforced steel barriers emerge to block key entrances, while blast-resistant doors ensure that even a direct attack won't penetrate the structure. Secret Service agents immediately secure the president, either moving them to a safe location within the White House or evacuating them if necessary. This lockdown protocol has been activated multiple times in history, including after the September 11th attacks and during White House intrusions in recent years. Each time, the system has proven to be highly effective, ensuring that no unauthorized person makes it anywhere near the president. With every layer of security in place, the White House remains one of the most secure locations on Earth. But is it truly impenetrable? With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.